What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down some very important levels to be watching for as we progress for today. I'm also going to break down some earnings going out for tomorrow as we have some interesting stuff coming out for the markets. But before I break anything down, all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. Now, this offer ends in just about 8 days from now, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the markets. So looking at the market right now, you can see that SPY is up about 0.57%. And overall, the market got a decent sized bounce so far. Tesla's not extremely bullish. It's not like pumping, 7, 8, 10% in a day. It's up about 1.4%, but it's still holding up quite well. But the question is, how will the market move going forward? Are we going to see more buyers stepping in? Is the market about to squeeze? Are we going to be watching some more tight levels when it comes to the current intraday volatility? So for now, I just want to call out something that's very important before I talk about the charts. For today, after the market closes, we have a couple of earnings right here. We have like Logitech and just a few others, but nothing too significant after close. But tomorrow, that's when earnings become very important. For Tuesday, we have Coca-Cola's earnings before the market opens, Verizon, GE, and just a couple of others. Now, I don't know how this is going to affect the markets, to be honest with you. I don't know if Coca-Cola is going to cause a pump or not. As of right now, the market's looking bullish. It's trying to hold up. But just know that Coca-Cola is not that significant. It's not going to cause a massive sized move compared to like Amazon or like Apple or something else out there. But the bigger move is going to happen during the after hours, if not by Wednesday morning, because we have Microsoft and Alphabet and Snap all coming out after the market closes tomorrow. So we're going to be watching different levels and different things that are going on for the markets. I just want to warn you about Coca-Cola because if you don't want to hold through its earnings, if you don't want to hold on to like your SPY options or anything like that, that is your choice. If you want to hold, I mean, it's not going to affect the market that much, but just for safety, it's always okay to be safe. But when it comes to the market, I want to break down some very important levels now and talk about what's going on with the charts. We're going to start off with Tesla. Tesla's looking quite decent, and we had a fake drop in the very beginning. It was very interesting to witness. So one of the things I was thinking was that Tesla could see buyers stepping in between 205 to 208. And instead, it went a little bit lower than that. It went down to 202.5 for a very quick drop. And this was a trap. It was a trap for so many investors thinking the market was going to sink. We saw SPY drop pretty hard in the very beginning, but then the buyers were just catching liquidity because they were trying to turn retail more bearish. This was all a trap. Okay. And then the buyers stepped in as we expected, and Tesla ended up launching from 202 all the way up to about 217 almost. That's almost a 15-point move. Very nice move by Tesla. And it's up about 1.4%. So very interesting to see. And Tesla's still holding up quite decently. So what are some levels to watch for right now on Tesla? We're currently testing 215, which is some resistance. If we manage to break and hold this, you're going to be watching this 215.8 very tight resistance. If we break above that, 217 would be the next level, which Tesla could be testing. If we get above that, there is going to be more upside for 218. And if we have to, hold 218 for this to turn really bullish, and we're going to likely see the 220s pretty quickly if we do manage to achieve that. Now, for the downside, if Tesla does end up tanking, you're going to be watching this key support right here. So we're just barely above our 50 EMA. It's not super strong support, but we have some support at 214.5. We will see if this holds. If we lose it, the next critical support is going to be at 212.64. Tesla needs to hold that level. If we break below this, I think Tesla's going to come all the way down to 210. But as of right now, it's favoring the bulls because the bulls are defending. They're trying to hold it quite nicely. It hasn't really broken below 212 yet, so it's still looking quite decent. Now, when it comes to the other chart, let me just pull this up on TradingView because there's something else I want to show you. We have other levels to look at. The trend right now on Tesla is favoring the bulls a bit more. We're seeing buyers stepping in. We got some decent sized volume. And we have these levels which are going to be very key. We have this decent looking candlestick that's forming on the 4-hour time frame. We're not really done yet, so I can't really say too much quite yet, but it's getting very close to 215. That's going to be a very key level. If we could close above this by the end of the day, if there's some kind of push during power hour, there's going to be a good possibility of Tesla trying to push even more tomorrow. It will depend on earnings and other factors, but we want to see this thing try to hold 215. That's going to be like a really, really good sign for tomorrow. If you want to be bearish, you want to see this thing close below like 212. That would be a little bit more bearish. So far, it's kind of like, I would say it's kind of range bound, going back and forth between 217 and about 212. And it may just continue to do this as the day goes on. But I believe that there may be an attempt for it to try to push up higher, as we're still seeing buyers stepping in. So it may remain range bound for the most part, but there could be an attempt for it to try to push up higher, looking at the current trend. On SPY, this is looking like it's favoring the bulls a bit more because we're holding above our 50 EMA for now, which is a decent sign. So we're going to be watching some critical resistance at 423.5. And above that, if we break it, 424.5 will be the next level, then 425. If we break down, if we start slowing down, watch our 50 EMA at 422.69 as key support. If we lose that, watch 421.71 as a support. And if we lose that, we could see this come all the way down towards the 420s all over again. But for now, it's holding up, okay? We're holding up quite nicely. We are looking like we're favoring the bulls a bit more. The bulls are trying to hold this up nicely, and we could be set for a decent move during the power hour. So watch this 423 area very carefully. Let's see if we could break 423.5. So far, SPY it looks like it's range bound, stuck between 422 and about 425. I've been stuck between these levels for the last 4 hours. So, it is looking like the buyers are defending it, they're trying to push it higher, and they do have the edge looking at the current volatility. But so far, I think that there's a good probability it's going to be stuck between this range for the majority of the remainder of the day. And then we'll see if we could try to get a push up near the very end of the day. So we'll see what happens with Coke's earnings tomorrow. We'll see how this affects the market. And so far, we're just going to continue to watch these levels. For the QQQ, I just wanted to call this out. Looking at the QQQ, we're testing 358 as key support. If we lose this, you're going to be watching 357.5. If we lose that, there's a risk of it coming down to the very high 356s. But so far, it's trying to hold up quite decently as buyers are still stepping in. Remember, this thing is up almost 1% for the day. We got a very nice bounce on the QQQ thanks to Nvidia and Aapl. Aapl is looking quite decent. And if we end up holding or getting above 358 and we hold it very nicely, we're going to be watching resistance very close to about 359. If we hold above 359, we could see 360 coming. So far, we didn't really hold 359 that nicely because this thing is just fighting these new levels very, very quickly, which is completely normal. It's been pumping quite a bit. So what I would say for the QQQ is it's looking like it's favoring the upside. It's still on a very strong uptrend, and it could just be range bounds just like SPY for the majority of the day. Not expecting too much craziness. I think it's going to be kind of like stuck in the 358 range and may just continue like this for the majority of the day. Now, there could be an end of the day push if we get good buyers stepping in. That is really possible, but for now, it may not move that hard. Now, Nvidia did something very interesting. I marked this level down here. So this one right here, we were talking about this 407 to 409 area being key supports. And that is where we went to during the pre-market. This is where we bounced off of, which is a very, very good trend. I was expecting this to come up to about 420 or so. We ended up going all the way up to 425 plus. I said if 420 broke, watch 425, but it actually went above that as well. So we're actually very close to 430, which is showing lots of strength. So Nvidia is looking quite decent. We're up over 3.5%. We're going to be watching two important levels very carefully. Our 5 EMA on the 30 minutes time frame is 427.5. If Nvidia loses that, it could come all the way down towards this 426.5 area. And if we lose that, 425 is a real possibility. Now, if we're bullish, however, we want to be watching it test the 30 minutes 200 EMA. That's the resistance of the day. It's very close to 430.4 as of right now. We're very close to 430. If you want to turn bullish, you want to see this thing break and hold that to be like really bullish. If we fail, we could just kind of be stuck in the range we're in for the rest of the day. And I think that's what the odds are favoring. So it looks quite good from a technical standpoint, but I'm going to be watching these supports to see if they hold. I think it's going to be stuck between the 425 to 430 zone for the rest of the day and kind of just range trade around them. I don't think too much is going to be happening until close. There could be one push towards the end of the day. We'll have to see about that. But for now, the market's just holding up. Now, for Aapl, we did something very interesting. Apple came down. I was talking about 169 to 170 being tested. We bounced off 169.94 because this was another fake out. They took us right below 170, making everyone turn more bearish, tricking retail, and people started selling. As soon as we broke below 170, they had their stops right there at 170. And what did they do? They just triggered those stops and they pushed it right back up. So this was another trap that was set for investors. Apple is looking a bit more bullish overall. The trend is still on a nice, strong, positive uptrend, very positive slope. However, we're still going to be watching these resistance and support levels just for safety. Watch 173.5 as resistance. If you get above this, you're going to be watching this wick right here, very close to 174. And if we end up breaking above that 174 area, then watch 174.5 and then 175. For support, we're currently at 173 right now, by the way. If we do end up breaking down, there is some support at 173. It's not as strong as like 172.6, which was the previous resistance. If we lose 172.6, we have this level right here. 172.5 to 172.6 will be the support. Then below that, we could start sinking towards 171.5 and then 170 below that. So those are support and resistance levels. I would say Apple's looking quite decent. We may just be range bound very close to where we are currently. And I think that that's likely what's going to happen. For the last almost 2 hours, we've been stuck between 172.8 and about 174, and it could just remain in that trend for the rest of the day. So I'm thinking it may just kind of like shop around until close. There could be a push up at the very end of the day, but I think it's just going to be stuck for the time being. Now, if you look at SPY, starting to cool off it a little bit, not making anything too crazy so far. It's just barely testing its 50 EMA. So market's slowing a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. And I think we're just going to be range bound for the rest of the day. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. When it comes to Tesla and these other tickers, we're just going to be watching these levels. Tesla's once again still sandwiched between these EMAs, going back and forth now. Not really doing anything too crazy. So we'll be watching it. And until I see you guys again later on for the end of the day video, I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys soon. And peace out.